Ooh, a cinematic. Ooh. That would be a pretty cool dream. I guess not if you were sleeping outside. And he's just watching. He's just watching us sleep. As annoying as Alistair is, it is hard to be mean to him. I'll just say it seems so real.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was.
Whoa.
Hearing them.
Whoa.
The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde. And we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
Yes, why didn't Duncan just tell everyone that?
He did. He said he felt the Archdemon's presence. Everyone just assumed he was guessing.
Yeah, because that's so vague.
Eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
Any other surprises I should know about?
Other than dying young and the whole defeat the blight alone thing? No. I'm all tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Okay. Well, camp is as good a time as any to talk to people, but I guess what it wants me to do is talk to Bodan right now, so I'll do that first.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodan Fennec at your service once again.
At your service.
You and your friends are formidable folk indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
So what is your story?
I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open.
Yes.
I'm originally from Orzammar, just as you are, I suspect. You don't have the look of a surface dwarf about you. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know.
Oh, I know.
Can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them.
Aw.
Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Sure. Go on.
So, as I said, things were going well. But good things must come to an end. One day, a noble woman came to my stall. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked.
Sounds like a
He
Karen.
stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
Jeez. Well, okay, so I can say I used to be a noble. I mean, but they are touchy like that. I feel like I gotta say it though, because you don't always get that option.
And now you're up here, on the surface.
That's right. Yeah, my brother betrayed me and had me exiled.
Then
So I
you
get
know
it.
whereof I speak.
I
don't you?
totally do.
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for. The lost ties. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold.
Yeah, I totally get that. Better than just leaving them there. No one was gonna go get them.
That's exactly how I see it. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out.
I don't blame
Bribed
him.
the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
Yeah.
I thank the stone every single day. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
You didn't mention your son.
Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here. I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think. And he was never quite right in the head.
Oh,
I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. It may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
blood isn't all that important.
That's how I've always felt. As long as he's happy, so am I. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
That's cute, that's cute. So, are these from the deep roads?
Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the Lost Tides, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember.
I get
it's
it.
not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming.
I totally get it. I totally get it.
People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
It's not so bad. It's not bad.
That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
These are dark times. Okay, well, I guess I'll ask if he's heard any rumors.
I hear that Tier Logain, the regent, is calling for new levies of troops. He wants to rebuild the army we lost at Astagar. Thing is, there's not a lot of spare men to be found. Out at Dragon's Peak, there's press gangs roaming around, grabbing any free man they can lay their hands on. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
That's what's up. Alright. Bye.
Of course. Good fortune to you and yours.
Goodbye.
Let's talk to everyone. Hello.
What do you wish of me?
We're gonna be friends with Morrigan.
If you must.
Unless something happens. Alright, so did you grow up in the woods?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
I mean, you could.
Oh, what luck. What is it you asked? If I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time, I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
No one noticed you?
For the most part, Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
That sounds like you.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps.
We gotta laugh.
Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
That was smart.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive.
These are
I
facts.
blazed my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
Well, now that there's COVID, we don't do that anymore. And I'm not human, so why would I know?
Do not speak to me of trivialities. Your culture is not so entirely different.
I guess.
There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes, how to eat at a table, how to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
But now you're here. I feel like this is sweet, but she doesn't like when you're sweet. I'll just say this one.
Yes, here I am.
Oh, she looks
Well, let's
disappointed.
get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Oh, +5. Go us.
Why are we stopping?
Because we have to stop. We're working together. I think I should get to know you.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
Yes, it is. I need to know if I can trust you.
I am Kunari. I have given my word to aid you. We are not people of idle promises.
Well, tell me about you.
No.
I wasn't expecting that.
Get used to disappointment. People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
That's funny. And it's true. Why would they send soldiers here?
The Antam are the eyes, hands, and mouth of the Kunari. We are how my people know the world.
You didn't really answer my question.
No, I didn't.
Are you always this stubborn?
Yes. There is no point to this. We are keeping the darkspawn waiting.
What's your hurry?
What a strange language you speak. You say hurry where I would say duty.
Okay. It's not your duty, that's true.
No, it is yours, and you are chatting with me instead.
Alright.
As you wish.
I didn't get any approval from that, but whatever. I didn't get any disapproval. Look at this cheese. That is so much cheese.
Yes?
Ugh.
Well, here I am.
Alright, well... What was it like?
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker.
Okay.
But it was not perfect. Some of my chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
That's true. Oh, tell me... Oh, yes. I'm not particularly fond of them.
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
Well, I don't really want him looking at me.
Maybe I am wrong, but it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy. Not
She didn't
him,
even really
and not
acknowledge
the
that.
chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
Okay.
What do you need? Ask away.
How did you become a Grey Warden?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. I've forgotten already, have you?
I mean before that.
Let's see. I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
You don't seem religious.
You're telling me I was banished to the kitchens to scour the pots more times than I can count. And that's a lot. I can count pretty high. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
Wow. Why did she want to keep you?
I wondered that myself. It's not as if she valued me highly. I think she just didn't want to give anything to the Grey Wardens is all. The Chantry didn't lose much. And I think I can do more fighting the Blight anyhow, rather than sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I would never...
Oh my god.
I wouldn't have.
I shouldn't have brought him up. I'm not sorry. He sucked.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be. It's fine. He died a hero. They all did. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
Man, okay. Those weren't profitable conversations.
You're a hard woman to find.
Mm.
Where are my manners? The name is Levy. Levy Dryden.
Levy?
Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
Why isn't it Levi? You know Duncan?
Oh, yes, for years. Considered him a friend, I did.
Why?
But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
I mean, I don't know. He wasn't a good person. What did he promise?
My family, well, past a bit checkered to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arland banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
What a jerk. What happened next?
Hard to say. After King Arland died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough.
Of course they are.
Rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
Alright, what did you ask?
I asked for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honor.
I've never heard of it.
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Arland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honor.
Oh. Why didn't he help you?
Darkspawn surfaced in southern Ferelden, and Duncan got plenty busy recruiting new wardens and meeting with good King Cailan. Duncan said he would help after the Battle of Ostagar. Said there might be useful things at the peak, but he never had the chance.
Okay. So what do you need from me?
I can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it at least?
Okay. I'll help you.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden.
That's
I'll mark
rude.
down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Okay. I will do that later. Where should we go next? Oh, so many places to go. Let's go to Denerim. Just see what's happening. It's like the capital. It's like, I don't know, New York? I don't know. Oh, I should have brought my dog. Oh well.
Is it
Yeah.
so?
There's some people, some pumpkins. Okay, she doesn't have much to say.
In the name of Andraste, bride of the Maker, be welcome in this house. While the cathedral is closed, if you need to make wedding or funeral arrangements, you'll have to talk to Sister Olma.
Did someone die? I remember a funeral.
King Cailan died, remember? Along with most of the army at Ostagar? Maker guide them all.
He like forgot that whole thing. Why is it closed?
To fear, living in the shadow of death alone. I have seen is only a cloud passing before
So boring.
the sun.
We've had a funeral every day for a lost son or daughter of Denerim, and we've many more yet to hold.
What's wrong with your friend?
It's a funeral, isn't it?
He should have retired to Valroyo years ago, but he wanted to stay and serve the remainder of his days in his homeland. It's the lyrium that does this.
Lyrium. So stop taking it.
He wouldn't be a Templar anymore.
Wow.
Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked.
You see
and
how
do not
corrupt the
He
Chantry
doesn't
is?
forget who he is, even if he can't remember anything else.
It like makes them senile ahead of their time. It totally ruins their brains. It's not right. Who else is over here?
I recognize you from Ostagar.
You
I
do?
trust his blood. You're a Grey Warden. Duncan's apprentice. You killed my friend.
You killed my
And
friend.
good King Kalen. I demand satisfaction, sir.
I didn't kill your friend. Logan's charges are false.
You compound slander on top of treason. You dare smear Terran Logain's word.
Yes. I'm not interested in persuading him because I just want to fight him.
An uncommon traitor deserves no common death. We will meet on the field of honor, and my blade shall see justice done.
The field
Meet
of
me in the back
honor.
alley behind the Nord Noble Tavern. There we will duel.
Okay.
Make peace with the Maker, sir. These are your last moments.
What a dork. Look at him run. Okay, well, I have stuff to do, and then I'll go find him. Look who it is. Oh my good golly gosh. It is my ex-boyfriend.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar.
Gorm, do you recognize me?
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven. My lady. My lady Iduken? Is that really you?
It's me.
I never stopped believing it. Neither did your father. Before I left for the surface, King Endrin sent for me. It was almost more than I could endure, seeing him so. As if he were long dead and rotten. Now
Oh.
merely an empty husk collapsing in on itself.
Whoa.
He could not even rise from his bed. And the room stank of decay. He
Gross.
asked me to give you the shield of Iduken. And this letter.
Whoa. Why would he do that?
Until that moment, I had hated him for believing Balin, for exiling you. But if you had seen him, if you had heard his voice, his eyes have haunted me since. If it were possible for a man to die of regret, I think King Endrin did. But we shouldn't dwell on the past. I can hardly tell you how good it is to see you alive.
Honestly, he deserves to die of regret because I'm the greatest and exiling me was obviously wrong. Can't believe I found you here.
I am far happier in my exile than I ever expected to be.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you're happy.
And you?
Oh, I'm gonna say this one.
My lady, if I had thought to see you again,
It's gonna be awkward.
you will always be in my heart. Here on the surface, I've found someone. My wife is a good woman, the daughter of the best smith in Denerim. We're expecting our firstborn before the spring.
Okay, well, when can I meet her?
I would love to introduce you, but you must have more important business than hearing about me. Have a look at my father-in-law's crafts. All fine work, and I'll cut you a discount.
I don't want your garbage. Oh, I gotta read this letter. I've never seen it before. But I would not return this stone without saying this to you. I've seen what Balin is, and when I saw it, I knew. Woo. I never believed in your guilt. I allowed you to be exiled because I feared an inquiry. Wow. I saved nothing by this sacrifice. I sent my only child into uncertain exile. Well, that's nice. And he gave me a shield. Even though it's useless because I don't wear shields. I need to make some money.
We're here to report another crime. I swear we should just cordon off the entire district.
Do you need help?
What? You're serious?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I could use help. I've got a pretty popular establishment that's crawling with mercenaries. If I send my boys in, someone might get hurt.
What do you need me to do?
The name of the whorehouse is the Pearl.
Ew.
Beat down any mercenaries that are out of line and send them a message. I said beat down, not kill. Let me make that really clear. Not on fire, exploded, or make a nose, whatever type of grisly death you can dream up. Sorry. Used to giving orders to my boys. Leave them breathing and I'll be happy.
Okay. Sign me up.
Thank you, Warden. Happy hunting.
Sure. I just really need the money.